What I spend in a week as a 40-year-old living in Atlanta. Let's get right into it. So the very first thing I do, once again, is take out my budget workbook. Like I said before, you guys, this is where I track all of my spending. This is where I plan out my paycheck. This is where I plan out the month. This is where all of the magic happens. So for those that may be new over here, my name is Nikki. I'm on a debt-free journey. My goal is to pay off all of my credit cards this year and a collections account, and then I'm going to be moving over to my student loans, and then I'll be moving over to paying off this home that I just bought last year. So this video is going to be all about how much money did I spend this week while living in Atlanta as a 40-year-old. Now, I like to budget by categories. That means that I give myself a set allowance to spend in 7 different categories. So I'm going to start off with my first category, which is my savings. And inside of my savings accounts, I have a retirement account, an investment account, and then my personal savings / emergency fund. I have all of those items set up on automatic draft. Today was not a payday week, so I did not put any money into my savings account. Only time that I put money into my savings category is when money is actually deposited into my account, which is basically on payday. So no money was spent on savings this week. My next category is my home category. And inside of my home category is my house, my utilities, my phone bill, aftercare fees for my son, life insurance, and short-term disability. And this week I had my phone bill to come out, and it was over the budget, you guys. I budget $175 for my phone bill. It ended up being $184.92. Now, when I called AT&T to ask what was the increase about, and they said that they have changed their pricing on automatic billing. So if you have just your debit card set up for automatic draft, they are no longer giving you the $10 discount like they usually were. They are only giving you $5, which in return caused my bill to go up because I have 2 phones on my account. But I did go ahead and switch that over to coming out of my checking account. I don't understand the difference between it coming off of a debit card and coming out of your checking account. It's still coming out of that same account. Why they went up on that, and I don't even know if they actually gave us a notification. So if you are with AT&T and you notice a little difference in your bill, I don't care if it's $2, $3, or whatever it was, make sure you call them to get the correct information. For me, it was that they changed their pricing on the automatic draft with the debit card. So now you have to have your checking account attached to it in order to get the maximized amount, which is $10. The next category is my food category. And I'm not even gonna lie, I've been doing so good with food. However, it always seemed like at the end of the month, it was just so much going on with like my son having things done at his school. Last day of the week, it's just so much was going on. I did not feel like cooking. I did a whole lot of eating out because I had a lot of stuff going on where some of the days I was coming home a little late to be able to take something out, let that unthaw, and then cook it. So I spent a lot of money on food this week. Not even gonna lie, I spent a lot of money on food this week, and I definitely think that I'm way over my $200 budget. But this week I spent $157.77. I know, crazy. And I know majority of this is eating out because I got KFC because I wanted to try the chicken and waffles. You know, it was something new. Wanted to try the chicken and waffles, and spoiler alert, it wasn't even all of that. Wish I would have never got it. But anyway, tried it, hated it. The second thing I got Chick-fil-A the next day. I'm like, oh my God. 2 days in a row eating out for dinner. Oh my God, dinner is expensive, fast food is expensive, and all this type of stuff. And then my son had like the end of the year celebration, and we had to bring wings. And while he was enjoying himself at his party at school, I was enjoying myself at the restaurant because I did not want to go all the way back home to come way back up there to pick him up. So it was like, maybe I'll just go chill at this restaurant. And I ended up I spent $30, but the waiter that was waiting on me, he was an excellent waiter, and I tipped him $20. So I ended up spending $50 at that restaurant for just tacos. I only got tacos and a drink. So that was crazy. But nonetheless, hopefully we can do better next week with not spending that amount of money. And now that my son is at home, hopefully I won't be spending that type of money anymore on a week-to-week basis with buying stuff out to eat. The next category is transportation. Now, I budget $50 a week for gas. And y'all know I have been in the red car. In the red car, sometimes you got to fill that baby up 2 times. Because it's like on the second day, the car is already almost on E. I hate the digital dash when it comes to filling up the gas tank. That's why I really like driving my regular car, because it has like the regular lines when it comes to the gas. The red car has the digital dash, and it seems like the digital dash goes faster than the regular dash. I don't know what you actually call it, you guys. But anyway, I went over the $50 weekly budget, and I ended up spending $52.57. So not technically too bad. And then I don't think that I'm actually over the overall budget, although I did go over this week. I don't think I've went over in my whole entire monthly budget, because for the month I'm giving myself $200. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can make this gas last us and don't go over the bigger monthly budget of $200. The next category is subscriptions. Now, I did add another subscriptions. Usually I have about 3 subscriptions, but I did add another one. I was on TikTok and I wanted to support this TikTok shop creator. She's a TikTok shop coach or whatever, and she do like subscriptions for her members basically, and she teaches about TikTok shop. She give us the ins and the outs and things like that, and her subscription was $5 and 87 cents. And I also had my my Apple storage to come out, which was $9.99, which totals up to $15.86 in subscriptions. And I know I'm going to be over my monthly budget because all of my subscriptions are set up on automated draft. So I definitely know that I'm going to be over. However, I'm just hoping my overall number does not go over the amount that I'm actually budgeting for. So stay tuned for that at the end of the month. The next category is debt payments. Now, this week I had to pay my collections account, which was $115. And then, Merit credit card is actually paid off. However, they still charge me $4 monthly fee to keep that card open. So $119 was put towards debt this pay period. So super excited about that. Now, I also sent an extra $100 to my Discover credit card. I know I've been saying that I wanted to pay it off, but it don't seem like it's getting paid off. That card is like a bigger balance compared to all of the other ones that was less than $1,000. This one right here is like almost $4,000, like $3,500, something like somewhere around there. But I am getting it down little by little with me creating additional streams of income online and using that money to do that, while also still putting away for taxes, still putting away for savings, still buying stuff to put back into the business and stuff like that. So I'm just working with the money that I actually have. This month has been a really slow month for your girl. I'm not even gonna lie. This month has really been a little slow for your girl with making money. So I'm hoping that it kind of picks up come next month. But if not, I gotta figure out something else that I can add to generate me some more money. Maybe I'll get back on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, since your girl has picked up some weight and a lot of things in my closet do not fit anymore. The next category is miscellaneous. Now, y'all know I have been doing really well in the miscellaneous category. And what I consider miscellaneous is like my fun spending and things that I do not plan for that I end up spending money on, which I had to get my son a haircut. And instead of me taking out, because I didn't know how much the haircut was going to be. Usually his haircut is $15. However, this particular time, I wanted him to cut the hair a little bit lower. So I did not know if it was going to be $20 or not. So I took out $50. I know it wasn't going to be $50, but I thought it was probably going to be like around $40, because he do have like a little afro or whatever like that, and I wanted to get it really, really, really short and still get his little spongy look that he likes. But the guy only still charged me $15, and I ended up just keeping the cash and just spending the cash. Not even gonna lie, just ended up keeping the cash. And matter of fact, I still got $10 of the money that I took out. I still got that on, so I just been using that as like little spending money. So I did put that inside of the budget, or I did write that down as an expense, since I did take it out of my checking account, and that was $54 because the bank charged me $3, and then I have another ATM fee for $1, and it's just $4 just to take out $50. It's just crazy, I know, right? So the total spent this week as a 40-year-old living in Atlanta is $584.12. And if you see me looking down, it's because I always have this written on my sticky note so I can be on task and let you guys know the exact amount. So that's what I actually spent this week, which is a whole lot of money. Being that, you know, mortgage payment is actually coming up next week, and this is crazy. This is so freaking crazy. Now I may have to look at some of my dates on my cards and stuff like that and see if I can get everything pushed on one date, and this way I can just go ahead and get it out the way. So I'm thinking about just moving everything to the first of the month and making sure I just have everything paid off at the first of the month, so that way I can be using the other days of the month to just like be rebuilding, trying to get extra money while also still trying to prepare for the upcoming month. Y'all let me know in the comments, what do you think about that? Just trying to, you know, put all your bills set for one date just to get it all out of the way and taken care of like that, or do you suggest any other ways? I'm open to any suggestion that you may have. But if you want to see how I budget monthly using my cashless budgeting system, make sure you check out this next video, and I will see you there. Bye.